boys and girls. Welcome to Ms. Etta's Academic Corner. Hey, I see you, Bree. It's good to see you. I see you. And we are here once again to read a good book. So let's get comfortable, boys and girls. And I'm going to let my guests introduce themselves to you. Do you know who they are? This is Judah Sr. Hi, boys and girls. I see you. And this is Judah Jr. I see you too. Yay, Daddy. We're going to read again. Yay for reading. You guys have a seat right over there. And we're going to read today a book, Merry Christmas, Curious George. And it's written by Margaret and H.A. Rays. Now, get comfortable, clean your glasses. Remember, use a soft cloth to clean your lenses. Don't use tissue because it scratches the lenses. If you have anything to drink, put it aside so that you don't waste it. You might get real excited with this book. And again, it's Merry Christmas, Curious George. This book has stickers in it. Let's see where the stickers at. Oh, here they go. See, in the back, if you had a book like this, you could just take the stickers and use them to put on your papers when you write. You can put them on a present if you give your mommy and daddy a present. I would say you can use them anytime. You don't have to just wait for Christmas. If you wrote a special note to your dad or your mom or your sister, you can take the stickers and put it on there. That's a cool way to let them know it's from you. Now, is there anything else in this book besides the stickers? Yeah. In the back of the book, it shows you how to make your own ornaments. Those are your decorations for your tree. It gives you instructions, but you don't do this alone, boys and girls. You do it with a parent because you need the kid's scissors to use. You don't want to get hurt. All right? And then in the back, it has a song, the 12 Days of Christmas, but it has different words to it. I'm not going to sing it, but if you want to, you could sing it. All right? Merry Christmas, Curious George. Again, this is a softback book, and most of Curious George's books are yellow, but some of them are other colors, and this is one of them. It's red, a lot of red, gold color, green colors, brown, white, and again, it's Curious George. Merry Christmas, Curious George. And this one is written by Kathy Hopka and illustrated in the style of H.A. Ray by Mary O'Keefe Young. And the illustrator, remember, is the person that draws the pictures. Got that down? This is George. He lived with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George was visiting a Christmas tree farm. You can help me pick out the perfect tree for our home, his friend told him. Keep close to me while we look. George promised to be good, but little monkeys sometimes forget. Well, we already know George is going to forget. Okay. So a Christmas tree farm is a place you go where there's only Christmas trees, and you can pick which tree you want. The Christmas tree farm had more trees than George had ever seen. He found a very nice one right away, but then another caught his eye. George could not resist climbing up the tallest tree to get a better view. He looked for the man with the yellow hat, but his friend was nowhere in sight. Two men trumped into the clearing. There's our tree, one man told the other. The men cut down the tree and loaded it onto the truck. So one of the things about being in the farm, the Christmas tree farm, is that there's so many trees there, it's hard sometimes to pick the special one. So you got to focus. So the men cut down the tree and loaded it onto the truck along with George. George held on tightly. So the tree George was hanging in is the tree the men cut down. So when they put the tree in the back of the truck, George and the tree was in the back of the truck. He saw the man with the yellow hat as the truck drove away, but the truck was going too fast. and George could not jump off. He was scared, but still curious. Soon the truck stopped in front of a hospital. George peeked out of the branches and as the men carried his tree inside. Now we can see in the picture that the man in the yellow hat sees George in the tree, which is on the back of the truck. The tree goes to the hospital. So George is in the tree as the tree is going in the hospital. The hospital was a busy place. George jumped out of the tree. There was lots and lots to see and do. He looked at some interesting pictures. He found a jacket and tried it on. He played on a trampoline. And he even went for a ride on a speedy little cart. Ooh, what fun. I don't think the people at the hospital think that. But George is having a good old time running around in the hospital. Then George spotted something very interesting. What could it be? It's his tree. George knew that Christmas trees were supposed to have tinsel and twinkling lights and shiny ornaments, but this tree was empty. Ooh, George thought and thought. Then he had an idea. What do you think George did? That's right. He decorated the tree. He didn't want the tree to be empty. Now George noticed a pile of gifts in the corner of the room. The gifts looked pretty, but George was curious. Could he make them look even prettier? This red bow would make this one look better on the green box, and the name tags might look nicer on different packages too. No, a nurse arrived, and what did she see? A monkey, and he's making a big mess. Now George is trying to do good, but you can't change the name tags, because then the gift for a particular person is going to end up with the wrong person. But let's see what happens, boys and girls. A group of children crowded around the nurse. They were all patients at the hospital. Even though it was almost Christmas, the children were not smiling or looking happy. Aw. Come along, the nurse said, picking George up. I better get you out of here before you can ruin anything else. So what would make the kids look sad? They're in the hospital. They're not home. They're in the hospital. Some of them have aches and pains. One is in the wheelchair. He has another one's got her hand in a bandage. Another one's on crutches. So they don't feel good, right? A girl with a cat stared at George's tree. Suddenly she giggled. Look, she said, it's my x-ray. A boy laughed. And there's the balloon from my room. All the children started chattering and laughing as they looked at George's funny decorations. Can he stay for the party? A boy asked the nurse. We don't mind about the gifts. It will be fun to sort them out. Please let him stay. Please, the other children chimed. So the children wanted George to stay for the Christmas party. Do you think they're going to let him stay? I think they will. When she saw how happy the children looked, the nurse looked happier too. I suppose he can stay if he promises to help fix the tree. George was happy to help. The children helped too. Some of them returned George's decorations while others handed George the real ornaments. He scampered up and down, stringing lights and hanging the tinsel. Being a monkey, he was good at that sort of thing. He was also good at making the children laugh. Oh, show you pictures. So everybody's having a good time right now. George is putting up the real decorations. The children are laughing. The nurse is happy. When the tree was finished, George helped open the gifts. He was having such a good time that he completely forgot that actually he was lost until the man with the yellow hat hurried into the room. There you are, George, he cried. I followed that truck all the way here. George was very happy to be reunited with his friend. The nurse invited them both to stay for milk and cookies. Everybody's having a good time. That's great. Milk and cookies. Ho, ho, ho. Did someone mention milk and cookies? A man in a red suit walked into the room, his belly jiggling. He was holding a beautiful golden star. George's eyes widened. It was Santa Claus. Who would like to put the star on top of the tree? Who would like to put the star on top of the tree? Santa said. George! The children cried at once. Let George do it. George scurried up the tree one last time. He put the golden star in place very carefully, and everyone said, Merry Christmas, Curious George. So during your holiday season, we hope that you have a great one. Whatever gifts that you want and pray for, we hope that you receive them. We hope that you spend the time with people that you love. See you next time.